Yo, what's going on, guys? Senior there, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a review for the final episode of the Boondocks entitled The New Black. This is going to be episode 10 of season 4, and the episode actually got leaked online, so I actually got to watch that just a few minutes ago. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do my review now because I'm going to be taking a break from YouTube, so I'm going to hopefully have my other Boondocks, the entire series review up soon, so hopefully I'll get that done within the next few days, or within hopefully next week when this episode actually airs. So this episode got leaked, and the episode was actually uncensored, so like it was even like way more funnier than what it would have been if it was on television. And I guess the episode getting leaked sort of does make me wonder if this episode is gonna be like, if this episode got banned at the last moment or something, or I guess someone just was I don't know. But I'm so happy to actually get to have seen this episode before anyone else, or before most people, because like I was just really curious on how they were gonna handle this, because I sort of knew by the title of this episode, The New Black, I already knew it was gonna be trying to address the whole gay thing and all of this gay stuff that has pretty much, come out over the past few years. And let me go and take this moment to address, and I know this might seem kind of random for some of you guys who don't follow my channel, but I did not get to do a review for episode 9, which actually came on this week, because I had to take an exam, so I had to study for that in the first few days of this week, and thankfully I passed the exam, so I now have time to do this review. And so I'm gonna give you guys some. No, I'm not even gonna address episode 9, but I will say, episode 9 was alright. I didn't really like what they. It was just a few things with Snake Meaner, but I'll probably go into that another time. So really, let's just go ahead and get into episode 10. Now, episode 10, I gotta say that like I said, they didn't handle this episode the way that I thought that they were gonna handle this episode, which is a good thing, because I thought that they were gonna handle this episode. I really just thought that they were gonna handle it in a way that really doesn't reflect my views on this whole gay thing. I'm sorry, I'm against it. I will keep saying it. I don't care if you unsubscribe, it's wrong. And Riley in this whole episode, it was just hilarious. Like the whole beginning of this episode, the whole middle of this episode, almost the entire episode was just hilarious. And honestly, it really does open your eyes to how stupid all of this really is. Like all of the things that really come out and really have came out over the past few years, with all these people, getting in trouble for using the term gay and the term fag in the wrong way. And you have these celebrities backtracking, and then you have, people having to, make statements and go out and apologize. And then we have the LBGT support, and they're talking about that. They actually show what looks like it's supposed to be like Ellen in the episode. But yeah, this episode was really funny in my opinion. I know, I really do think this episode might get banned. I'm really anxious to see, if they're gonna actually ban this episode, because I know it could be offensive to some people. The only part of the episode I didn't really agree with, like the middle part of like close near the end, that's where I guess the steam of the episode went out. But this episode felt like a classic Boondocks episode. We even learned that Ruckus actually has a line. Ruckus will not make fun of or talk down about slow or mentally challenged people. So at least we know that Ruckus does have some sort of morality, I guess. But this episode was pretty good. The writing was good. the animation, the way that they make Riley look when he's just doing the wrong thing, it's just hilarious, and it just makes him look like the devil, man. But I mean, Huey didn't really like. Huey was just the whole episode. He's like, man, you might not want to do this. You might not want to do this. Rilo Goodlove was actually back in the episode, voiced by CeeLo Green. I didn't really care too much for his character the first few times that I saw him, but in this episode, he actually worked a lot better than what he did in the previous episode. And I gotta say, I think this episode was written by Rodney Burns. I think that's his last name. Forgive me because it's too late if I actually said the wrong last name. But I think this episode was written by him, and I think that's why it feels like a classic Boondocks episode. But it's kind of funny throughout the episode because I really thought that they were gonna try to hammer like a message or something, but they really didn't. I mean, it started off as, you guys that seen the promo. The whole episode was basically about Riley. He ends up calling one of his classmates gay, and then the whole the LBGT, the gay people start getting angry, and then him and the whole Freeman family are basically under fire, and so they have to try, like, the whole episode is basically them trying to resolve this issue, and then it ends up becoming an even bigger issue when Robert ends up calling Riley, well, I don't want to say retarded, but mentally challenged. And then they had this big nigga that he was slow, and he was like one of the guys that was supposed to be like, they had some kind of sort of like a political group like LBGT for slow people, so they had that in there. But I really do think there might have been a message in this episode, but there was definitely social commentary in this episode, which I like. But one thing I do kind of hate, since this is the last episode, since we had this entire whole plot line, for this whole season with the Freeman family being broke, nothing gets resolved in the end. Literally nothing gets resolved in the end. Nothing is wrapped up. By the end of the episode, Riley has to basically do this Special Olympics thing so that he can basically I'm trying to find the right words to say. So Riley basically has to do this Special Olympics thing so that he can get things right with the group SAD, which is SAAD. It's the special needs. It's a special needs organization that I mentioned earlier. Sorry if I'm going a little bit too slow for you guys today. It's kind of late while I'm doing this review, so forgive me for that. But yeah, like, nothing gets wrapped up in the end, and I said this in one of the reviews that I did with Red Edge X. I was like, yeah, well, there could be a big payoff. There needs to be a big payoff in the end, since this is supposed to be like a complete story for this season, and there wasn't. Like, they basically left the door open, because I think, maybe I'm guessing, if they want to do a season 5, I guess they want to leave that door open. But honestly, I mean, what was the whole point with the continuous storyline? Because even in this episode, the Freeman family, because every time somebody tried to extort them in this episode, they're like, oh, well, you can't get any money from us, we're broke. So by the end of the season, by the end of the series, they're just broke. That's it. That's what happened. They're still broke by the end of the season, so they're still in debt to Ed Wuncler. Nothing is resolved. I think that's the only major gripe for this episode. The only point that I gotta take off is that it didn't wrap things up. Other than that, it was a funny episode. I'm not gonna go really too in depth on the proceedings of the episode, but it was a funny episode in my opinion. It might piss a lot of people off. I honestly, I found it funny. Some of the things with the, talking about the mentally challenged people, the term retard. I really don't like when people use. I don't know what to call those people, those kind of people, but I honestly don't like when people use that term. But other than that, Riley basically, I can sort of relate to his character, I guess. And I can sort of relate to his situation. Like, what else are we supposed to call these gay people? I mean, not everyone has to be politically correct. And honestly, I'm gonna stay me. And that was the thing with the whole episode. Like, Riley, they were trying to force Riley to be something that he wasn't. They were trying to force Riley to be politically correct. They were trying to get him to be comfortable with this whole gay thing, and he just couldn't do it. And it made me laugh so many times. I mean, there was a part throughout the episode where they have him like supposedly trying to do it like a PSA announcement. I mean, this whole episode was just pure gold in my opinion. But like I said, the only major gripe for this episode is that it does not wrap up the series. It does not wrap up this major storyline that was supposed to be for this season. So I guess that's probably the only bad thing about this episode. So if I really just had to give it a score, I'd give it like a 8.5 out of 10. This is probably one of the best episodes of the season. Also, it's probably up there with Freedom Land and the other episode that I said that was good. I can't remember the name of it. But let me know what you guys think. I apologize if I was a little bit too slow for this review. It's kind of late when I'm doing this, when I'm recording this. I'm sorry. And also my microphone's a little bit broken, so my voice might sound a little shaky. I apologize for that. Like the video, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. I'll leave a link to the episode where you can find it leaked, where you can find a leaked episode in the description. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.